Hello to you all, and welcome to Pyramid Energy. I am reading for somebody who takes their path extremely seriously. Okay? What I mean by that, I've got 7 cards in front of me, each representing a chakra. What I mean by this is you have reached the point in your journey, okay, if you look at how this system here is anchored, I've got the 7 of Wands in the crown and the Hierophant in the base, in your root chakra. This is to say that you are mentally prepared for whatever it takes. Okay? You're up for the challenge. It's almost like whatever's coming at you, you are going to receive it as part of the path of where you've asked to be taken. Whatever it takes. That's how it feels. Whatever it takes. All you're making sure is that you are balanced enough and alert enough to be able to receive the information that you need. And so whatever needs cleaning up, whatever needs aligning, as long as you can see it, you are up for the challenge. Okay? So that is your foundation right now is rooted in, the things you've learned, the wisdom that you've got in your pocket. You don't know everything, but what you do have is what you're using. What you do have and what you're using has been stress tested for truth. Okay. And so for all intents and purposes, and as far as you are concerned and how you view life and your matters and your affairs, you are doing your utmost to live right by you, by yourself. Okay. In your sacral chakra, I've got the 8 of Pentacles, and then in your solar plexus, I've got the 7 of Pentacles. This is talking about, perseverance and perseverance and dedication. You are working towards something of value. That's how you've actually got to the point where you've stress tested the things you believe, the tools you're using, the methods that you're using. You find them to be grounded. You find them to be true. And so you don't understand why this shouldn't work now. Okay. But again, you're aware that you don't know everything. And so that's why your heart is so open. Do you see in the heart? I've got 4 of Swords. That's you not fighting anything. That's you being open to feel what you need to feel. That's you not bypassing. That's you not trying to run from yourself. That's you being willing to feel the feels, being willing to feel everything, even the unpleasant stuff. You're up for the challenge, whatever it takes. Look at you in your throat chakra and your 3rd eye. Okay? You've got the Queen of Cups. I'm stumbling over my words a lot today. But you've got the Queen of Cups in your throat and the Empress in your 3rd eye. That is to say you are taking a lot of care in terms of how you speak to yourself, your self-talk, and what you speak into your world, because you've recognized that what you see has power in it. You're a powerful person. That's where you are. That's one of the latest lessons you've been working with yourself, is not denying your own power, because then, this is not wise. Why would I deny my own power? If I am powerful, who am I complaining to when things are not working if I am the powerful one and I am looking somewhere else when I'm complaining? Like I am, I receive the complaints. I do the repairs. I am the powerful one. And so you're facing yourself. You're not sending your, disappointments elsewhere to be addressed. You're actually, you're willing to deal with them where you are. And I hope you don't take this as me, almost talking as though you're hard on yourself. You're actually not hard on yourself. You have a lot of fun in your life. You just don't hold yourself to the expectations of others. And what you do hold your self to a high expectation of is your integration, what you're doing with you, your life, because you want your freedom. And in order for you to reach this point where you feel like, okay, now you're connecting with this sense of freedom in your life, you're recognizing that freedom is earned. Freedom is earned. Okay. And so for as long as you're running, you're not actually free. Especially running from yourself, you're not even free from yourself. And so you are gaining freedom in your world, within yourself, through self-empowerment, through feeling stronger, through feeling like you're not scared of any aspect of yourself, you're up for the challenge. For whatever challenge you face, you know that, if you ask, you can receive an answer. And so you know that you're assisted. You know that you're assisted. This Empress in your third eye speaks a lot to how much you believe in your third eye. Not just its ability to see, but your third eye's ability to create. You have this understanding of what you put in is what you get out. Okay? And so it's a give and receive with your third eye. You'll see something. Okay? You do not do nothing about it. You actually engage what you see. And you're mindful about how you treat what you've seen, because you're aware that how you react to what you see is a part of what you're creating. And so what you're seeing is actually an opportunity, and you do not waste your opportunities. Sometimes, the reason I'm saying this like this is because sometimes we see something that scares us, and we then immediately might jump to concluding that I saw this bad thing coming my way in the future. You're the one who gives it life or takes life from it, is what I'm saying. It can be looked at as a premonition. It can be looked at as a warning. Or it could be looked at as, here's some information that will help you as you create what's coming. You feel a sense of responsibility over what your third eye shows you. Okay? In the same way, when it shows you something positive, a positive premonition, you don't throw that away. You work with that information. So you're not judging what you're seeing in your third eye as good or bad, or wanted or unwanted. More than that, you are just using all of that information. You see it all as valuable. You're using it. You're taking care with it. You're not sleeping on the job. All while not being hard on yourself. You just have a good sense of this thing. With great power comes great responsibility. You understand this, and you understand it well. And it's not because something else out there is going to punish you. It's because you're not interested in punishing yourself. Not a second longer than you need to. You're not interested in punishing yourself. You're not interested in being the reason for the things that happen to you. You're not interested. You're actually just not interested. You want to get to your freedom. You want to get to having fun. You want to enjoy yourself in the moment. You are not interested in being the bearer of pain and, grief in your own life. There is enough of this stuff in the world. I'm now looking across here at all the elements and the cards. Do you see it? You've got the major arcana. You've got the Empress and the Hierophant in your third eye and your base. This is telling me, coupled with what I said earlier about what you're seeing in your third eye, how you're working with your intuition, you're using your intuition to create stability for yourself in very non-traditional ways, I want to add. It's not as simple as do this, get that. It's not that straightforward. But that is, I'm speaking to someone who has learned a lot of lessons through life, relied on wisdom, relied on your intuition, applying it. You've relied on that. That's why you know that it's reliable. And so even as you move through the unknown and you do your work and you're creating through the unknown, 8 of Pentacles, look at all these moons that this wolf is looking at. You know that you can rely on this, and that's why you take it so seriously. And so you're not like, is this going to work? Is this not going to work? You know it's going to work. You're just staying alert, staying honest with yourself so that you can get the information you need and apply it as and when you need. Okay? In the lower chakras, I'm also seeing lots of pentacles, these 2 pentacles, which is where you want to see pentacles if you are, dealing with matters of stability, things that are lasting as well. Okay? Introducing structures and a sense of order into your life that are going to last. You want to see that in pentacles. That also helps with creating a lot of balance in your life, because you're also building a sense of reliability within yourself. So, pentacles are not always about physical things. They are also about structures. Okay, the structures and the rhythms that you create that give you a sense of stability and nurture this idea of real earthly balance in your life, material balance. Moving up into the higher chakras, we've got the more, like I've got air, I've got water, and I've got fire. The fire in your crown chakra is showing me that this is like the transformation that is taking place in your mindset. Okay, this is currently your strongest and most valued tool in your toolbox is being willing to let go of outdated mindsets, ways of doing things because you've just done them that way. That's not valid enough. Valid means, is this method of thinking working for me? Or is it not? If it's not working for me, why have I kept it? Why am I sticking around and hanging around with it? Is it because I rely on it to feel safe? Is it because I don't yet have something new to replace it with? Is it because I'm just doing this purely out of habit and it's easy to let go of? Like, that's where you are. You're up for the challenge, okay? As I was shuffling for the second row, the first row I pulled was more masculine energy around this, and the second row is more feminine energy around this. And like I said, as I was shuffling, I got this sense that you are a master attractor, and you've become aware of this. And so this is where you're no longer allowing your mind to get in the way of this. You are aware of your ability to turn things around quickly. Okay, by that, I'm not sharing with you a guarantee that you are going to turn things around quickly. It is more really coming to an honesty with yourself, a truth with yourself that you are the only one in the way now. Kind of like that. You have that awareness, which is why you're not standing in your way and you are doing all you can to get out of your own way. That's why I'm also seeing this impatience fading away. There's an impatience that I saw sort of in your past looming around, and that is fading because you're feeling empowered. And so that means you're also letting go of this idea of timing that I felt you were clinging onto for a long time. I've got cards here that are repeating. If you have a look, I've got the 7 of Wands in your heart under the 4 of Swords, which is what you've got in your crown as well. So I've got the 7 of Wands twice. This is what is really affirming this idea that you know you're a master attractor. Okay, and that's why you're not fighting your heart. Your heart is at ease because it is magnetizing opportunities towards you. It is magnetizing opportunities towards you. What you are in the process of doing is transforming the types and diversifying on the types of opportunities that you are receiving, is what I'm getting. And then I have the 8 of Pentacles, which is the second time as well, except I have it in your base chakra under the Hierophant in reverse, which is saying, whatever's not working, whatever I have been doing, putting effort into, that is not working, back to sender, thank you very much. It's like, once you recognize that something that you've been doing that is in your environment, that is in your field, that is in your behavior, that is not working, as soon as you realize it's not working, you're literally pressing reset on it. You're resetting it. Okay, that's what you're doing with it. I've got death and rebirth in between, reinforcing this. You're resetting it and going back to the truth of it. What are you actually dealing with? Okay, and even if that means we scratch it, that sometimes is the wisest thing to do, and you're willing to do it. Up here in your crown, I also have the devil in reverse. Okay, and that is total absence of confusion as to whether you're up for the challenge or not. Doubt does not live here. Okay, look at the judgment in your third eye under the Empress. This is also all decisions. That's where they are made, between your third eye and your crown, between your mindset and the heads up that you're getting about what's coming. That is how your decisions are made. You're not at all wavering about that. And look at the Nine of Pentacles under the Queen of Cups. These cards, to me, like if you had to put them together, they could make up a hell of a lot of what an Empress is made of. Because there's so much care in there, and there's so much dedication to one's own value and the idea of building, and the idea of being able to share this sense of compassion and care with your world through caring for yourself. Okay? This is what you've been sharing with your world. This is what you are building off. I also see quite a major change of attitude in your solar plexus. With this Seven of Pentacles, I've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is telling me that you're actually taking up the opportunities that are presented before you. You are pursuing the opportunities that are presented before you. You're not wasting opportunities. Okay? And you're not holding a high expectation in terms of the outcome of each opportunity. You've learned from that. You're rather grasping each opportunity, similar to these intuitive hits that you receive. You're grasping each opportunity and working with it, because the assumption here is that each one has something to teach you. Each one has something to contribute towards your self-fine-tuning. Okay? This is all speaking to the dedication. You take yourself very seriously. You take your journey very seriously. I'm even seeing you interacting with glitches in your life, mishaps, unfortunate incidents in your life. I'm seeing you dealing with them differently. Something goes wrong. Maybe some other person would write that off as a coincidence or just a random event or whatever it is. And you're not looking at it like that. And you're not allowing yourself to become its victim, because you're aware that as soon as you become its victim, or you respond like, oh, why did this have to happen to me? You're actually aware of like what that's doing to your mindset. You're aware of what you're feeding into your world when you speak like that. And so you're rather actually looking at it like, okay, what can I learn from this? Even if it looks minor, even if it looks small, what can I actually, this thing has happened for a reason, and I am dedicated to staying open as to what that reason is. And then before you know it, you've actually unlocked some kind of value out of that mishap. That's who I'm speaking to. My name is Gontse. I spell that Gontse. I often forget to introduce myself. For a while, a long time, I was introducing myself at the beginning of every reading, and lately I've just been wanting to get to the point, but I know we've got a few new people here on the channel, and so I thought I'd say hello, and I'm so happy to have you here. I believe I speak for everyone who feels like they're a part of this community. I really do believe I speak for everyone. If you have any information that you're looking for, please look in the description box below, including ways to support the channel. There are various ones. Sending you all so much love.